How's it going, everyone? If you would for me, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. So this is going to be my review for the movie The Wrecking Crew. Um, just recently dropped, Amazon Prime exclusive. So this stars Dave Batista and Jason Momoa, and they both play half brothers in here. Uh, and so Jason Momoa plays Johnny, and Dave Bautista plays his half brother James. And what happens is, let the dog out of here. He can't be in or out sometimes. So, Wrecking Crew. So basically, this is a movie. I said it stars Jason Momoa, Dave Bautista. They basically are half brothers in here, and there's this. Their father gets killed, and this happens within like the opening of the film. You know, the father gets killed. Father's name is Walter. Walter gets murdered, and Jason Momoa, he's basically been away from his family for like 20 years. He said he hasn't seen his father since he was a kid. Um, and so, so this is a way for Jason Momoa or his character Johnny, to be pulled back with his half brother James, played by Dave Batista, who's like a military guy. Um, Dave Batista, he's like he teaches like a military school or whatever. And this movie takes place in Honolulu, Hawaii. You know, Honolulu. So, uh, they're basically trying to go and find out who killed their father and why. And amidst all this stuff, you got they're being chased by the Yakuza, just this crime syndicate, just a whole bunch of people's after them, and they're after basically, they're after the one thing uh, that their father was gonna snitch on them for, incriminate them for possibly. So what do I? So basically, what I do like about this movie, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I saw the trailer to this movie, I was like, this looks really stupid. Like, because it looked like one of those buddy cop type films, except they're not. They're well, Jason Momoa's character is a cop in here, and his brother's like a military dude. Um, and yeah, Dave Bautista's like a military dude. So it's like, in a way, I guess if you look at it, it is a buddy cop movie. Uh, Only difference is, it's those two and one other person in here. Um, I can't remember the name of that guy. Um, he plays he plays like the best friend in Spider-Man, the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. And if you probably assume you know what I'm talking about. He was also in he's also like a gamer in Novocaine, movie I reviewed before. But so he's in here also. He basically plays what he usually plays in a lot of movies, the comic relief. He's like a nerdy hacker, and he's like a comic relief type. Uh, but I will say again, what I like about this, what shocked me, I'll say what shocked me about this movie was how, for the most part, it was good. It has some sentimental moments where they're actually brothers, and they actually there was that brotherly banter. It was like that banter, and it this is in every like buddy cop film where they're bantering back and forth with each other, joking with each other, stuff like that. Um, I will say too that this movie, the what makes this movie honestly is the chemistry between Dave Batista and Jason Momoa. And it goes to show, from wrestling to now, Dave Batista has really impressed me as an actor. He's really good. You put him in anything, man. No, that dude is just really good. And this fits his this fits his mo. You know, Jason Momoa is a big buff muscle guy. Dave Bautista's a big buff muscle dude too. So like their physiques is really good for this because this is an action film. This is an action comedy. Um, it's definitely an action comedy film, and it, it does have your your typical comedy, your action tropes in it, action comedy tropes. Jokes, um, car chases, uh, action, action scenes, explosions. This one is actually pretty violent too. I didn't expect to be as violent as it was. It was kind of violent. Um, got rent limbs getting ripped off and stuff. So they don't do it a lot in here, but when I saw the very first action scene in this movie, I was like, oh geez, it's okay, we're getting into violent territory. So this is a rated R film. But what I will say though, um, again, I think Batista and Jason Momoa's chemistry is what honestly carries this movie. Mostly Dave Batista. I feel like he really grounds this movie. Marina Baccarin, she is in here, and if you know who Marina Baccarin is, that's the girlfriend from Deadpool. She's in the Deadpool movies, and I thought she was fine in here. She's barely in the movie. Uh, she shows up, I think. She shows up a couple times at the beginning, and she shows up in like one action scene, and that's it. And I just think that's kind of weird to waste like a big name like Marina Baccarin, but she's barely in this. Uh, so I think my negatives with is this is your standard typical action film, especially at the end of the movie. This just turns into your run of the mill action film. Uh, you know, Shootouts with the bad guys at the end, and um, somebody gets kidnapped and they have to go save them. It does devolve into that, and I think the story to this movie is a little weak too. The story's not very good, um, because it's literally the whole the bad guys are after the flash drive story. It's that. It's the bad guys after the something, and we have to uh we have to basically kill go after the good guys to get the thing. They have the thing, and we have to get it from them. uh it's one of those. uh and it also what it also does too is there was another cliche thing in here it did where I was like, oh, we're doing this. uh I have to remember what I was gonna say, but it is basically that. It's just your standard typical action film. Um, this type of film, I believe, belongs on streaming. This is like a straight up streaming film because I didn't hate it. It wasn't bad. Um, but it is the prototypical like streaming film. So the fact that it's on streaming and I watched it, I had a good time with it. I liked it. It's not as, like I said, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it's not like a cinematic masterpiece. It's just something you watch real quick. It's a fast food film. You kind of eat it and you're like, that wasn't too bad. I was I was I was driving down the street and I just happened to come across this like McDonald's up the corner and stopped and got something. It was satisfying. Uh, but otherwise, yeah, that's kind of all this is. Uh, you probably won't even remember you saw you saw it, to be honest. But you'll walk away going like, that movie was a lot better than what I thought it was going to be. Um, so yeah, I'm going to give this one a moderate recommend. This is definitely a moderate recommend, but um, if you're curious about the movie, it is a moderate recommend. You should definitely check out. Um, like I say, it's cliche. That's what I was gonna say too. Yeah, that was another cliche I can't stand in movies is that the angry police chief trope where they destroy stuff and he's screaming at them, you destroyed half a block of this and you destroyed, that and also it does another thing too. There also the main villain in here. I'm not gonna lie, the main villain. I figured that out. I figured out who it was in the first 10 minutes. I'm not lying. Like the moment he walked on the screen, I was like, "Yeah, you're the villain." I was like, because they try to sort of do a twist in the middle of it with the villain, but the moment the villain walked on the moment this character walked on the screen, I was like, "Yeah, you're the villain." I was like, it was a little predictable. I was like, I knew this guy was the villain. Um, and they try to go like the villain. I was like, no, you're the villain. So I don't know. Maybe I just watched too many movies and I just figured stuff out. But yeah, the Wrecking Crew, uh, moderate recommend. I'm kind of in the middle with it. Like I say it's a streaming film. Definitely check it out though if you're curious. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.